Respect. I will show respect to others at all times. Service. I will do good things for others without being asked. Excellence. I will strive for excellence in all things. Perseverance. I will fulfill commitments and not give up or act on discouragement. Please join me for a moment of silence now. Okay, well, let's get started on some spelling review today. We are just missing Sahanasri. Hopefully she'll join very soon. So we'll need our whiteboard and marker for today. And as we review some spelling words, we'll do a little bit more than usual because we've got the test today. So we'll go over some of those ones that have been a little bit harder and frequently missed. Does everybody have their whiteboard and marker? It looks like Marcus and Josiah are ready. Saisanov's got his. Samhita and Alina and Arshab are ready. Very good. Ooh. Okay, we're going to do some unusual phonograms first today. Starting with the phonogram K like mosquito or bouquet. K like mosquito. Please write just that phonogram, not the whole word mosquito, but that phonogram. K as in bouquet, one of our spelling words. That's another use of it. Good, we write it just like the phonogram Qu, never use Q without U. Next, please write the phonogram Greek Greek A word that uses this is rhinoceros. Greek like rhinoceros. This is an unusual phonogram. Okay. RH is the way we spell it. Greek Next, would you write S, two letters, like in science? S, two letters, as in science. Very good. Anybody help me out? Am I missing one of the unusual phonograms? Trying to think if there's any that I'm missing. We'll go ahead and also do one of the newer ones. G, two-letter G, always followed by a vowel. G, two-letter G, always followed by a vowel. Like guess. Or guinea pig. Harika, if you can hear me, would you angle your camera so that I can see your face? That's good. Two-letter G, always followed by a vowel. Okay, that's all this the phonograms for today. Next, let's do For the first spelling word on the test today, approach. Please write approach. Good job for remembering to double the P. Sorry, I'll be right back. I'm making myself some tea. I've got a sore throat. Okay, it looks like some people forgot the O, the O of boat phonogram in that word. Make sure, double check that you wrote O, the O of boat. And boys and girls, please keep this word on your board as you write the next one. Keep writing all of them, as many as you can fit on the board. Next, approaches. Approaches. Okay, approaches should look like this. We do have to add the E before the S. Approaches. Next up, please write attorney. This is one that quite a few people missed on the spelling quiz. Remember, we think to spell attorney. Arshab, I should see you writing and having all of the words on your board. I should see approach, approaches, and attorney. If you're a little behind, make sure you catch up and write all three of those. Okay, it looks like a lot of people did a great job of remembering. We've got the OR phonogram there and the AE. Good job, Saisanov and Aryanch, for remembering to double the T as well. We need a double T to keep our vowel short. Check that your spelling matches mine. Attorney. Double that T. Got the phonograms OR and AE as well. Okay, just two more. The next one is bouquet. We just practiced this weird K phonogram that's in the word. But remember that there's also an unusual French phonogram that is the same one we would use in the word ballet. Bouquet and ballet end in the same way. Hold it up as soon as you're done writing the word bouquet. Great job for those who remembered the ow, o, oo, phonogram in this word. I see Arshab and Aryanch and Saisanov all remembered to use that as well. Great job. And if you've been forgetting that, I would recommend underlining it, even though for a mastery test, we don't have to do the markings. It's good to do the markings for any phonograms that you would otherwise forget. So like on the test today, maybe underline ow, o, oo, make sure you've got that phonogram. Bow, underline the k, like mosquito. And this et we'll put together with a thinking cap. It's an unusual phonogram. Okay, last one. This is an easier one. Calculate. Spelled just the way you would think. Calculate. Very nice. Okay. For the ones to review that were frequently missed, you guys can let me know if you think of some that were especially hard for you. But I think acquire and receive are two that were frequently missed. Let's review those two. Can you write acquire and receive?
What about lieutenant?
Oh, that's a good one to review too. Remember, for acquire, we think to spell acquire. There's a silent phonogram in that word. And for receive, what was often the mistake is using the EI piece of pie phonogram, but we don't use EI piece of pie after the letter C, remember. Okay, here's acquire and receive. Okay, and Saisanov requested lieutenant. That's a good one to review. Let's do that one as well. Lieutenant. Great job, Arshav and Kruthi. The spelling pattern for that first syllable is I-E-U. There's the OO phonogram and a silent I before it. Okay, I think that we'll go ahead and stop there. Now, it is a spelling test, so you do not have to mark these words, but I do think that it's helpful if there are some specific words where you know you've been making maybe some of the same mistakes over and over, to underline maybe a phonogram, like in that word bouquet, underlining the ow, o, oo, to make sure you've got that right phonogram. So use the markings to help you if you need them for any specific word, but maybe for some you don't need it at all, and that's perfectly fine. Okay, we've got 29 words on the test today. Would you all take out your notebook paper and number it to 29? And would somebody like to say the poem as we're getting our paper ready and getting ready for the test? Deekshita, you can do it for us first. I think we have time for a few people to do it.
Ella Telephony by Laura Elizabeth Richards. Once there was an elephant who tried to use the telephone. No, I mean the elephant who tried to use the telephone. Dear me, I'm not certain quite that now I even got it right. However it was, he got he
He got his trunk.
he got his trunk and
Entangled.
entangled in the telephone. The more he tried to get it free, the more buzzed the telephone. I fear I'd better drop this song of Elefop and Telephone. Ella Telephone by Laura Elizabeth Richards.
Good job, Big Cheetah. Almost perfect memorization. What I'd say for your recitation before you film it today, just work on having a little more expression with it. Okay? Tig, you can go next.
I was just wondering how many words will be on the quiz? Sorry, the test.
29.
29?
9.
29?
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay, I'll have you continue numbering your page. Marcus, would you like to say the poem instead?
Oh, Telephone by
Laura Elizabeth Richards.
or Elizabeth Richards. Once there was an elephant who tried to use the telephone. No. I mean, there was an elephone that tried to use the telephone. Now, dear me. Yeah, not even I'm getting it right.
However it was.
Where it was. That's one sec.
Let me give you a little prompt. He got his trunk. His trunk entangled in. Do you remember it? Oh, he's muted himself. I think he's all. Are you ready to continue, Marcus?
Yep.
Okay. However,
Okay, I'm
it
going to
was.
start again.
Okay, yeah, we can start from the beginning.
Ella Telephone by Laura Elizabeth Richards. Once there was an elephant who tried to use the telephone. No, I mean an elephant who tried to use the telephone. Dear me. Yeah, I am not certain quite that even I've got it right. However, it was, he got his trunk entangled in the telephone. The more he tried to get it free, the louder buzzed the telephone. I fear I better drop the song of Elfop and Telephone. Ella Telephone by Laura Elizabeth Richards.
Great job, Marcus. That was wonderful. I see Emma giving a round of applause. Okay.
Can I go?
I'll have that. Those as the only two for now. Who is finished numbering their page? All 29 words. All right, we should be about done. Actually, it looks like we need a little bit more time. So yes, Ty, I had told you could go before, so you can be our last one for now.
Ella Telephone by Laura Elizabeth Richards. Once there was an elephant who tried to use the telephone. No, I mean an elephone who tried to use the telephone. Dear me, I'm not certain quite that even now I've got it right. However it was, he got his trunk entangled in the telephone. The more he tried to get it free, the louder buzzed the telephone. I fear I'd better drop the song of Ella Fop and Telephone. Ella Telephone by Laura Elizabeth Richards.
Great job. I really like the inflection in your voice with that tag. Okay, that is all for now. Make sure that you are filming yourself to upload. Thumbs up if that has been something that you guys are able to do easily. For the last few times, I've been also adding that video to show you how to upload it. I didn't do that this time, but it is on my YouTube channel if you don't remember how to do it. Okay, time for our spelling quiz. Who is ready to begin? Or test. It's a mastery test. I misspoke. Okay. Get into a good ready position at this time, boys and girls. If you need to stand up and do a couple jumping jacks to get your mind to really focus, you could do that. Or maybe simply stretch. Oh, lift your head up high. Engage the brain. And here is Sahanasri. Oh, perfect timing. Okay. Good morning, Sahanasri. I just sent a message to your parents. We are about to start the mastery test.
I think she didn't hear it because she wasn't wearing her headphones.
Sahanasri, can you hear me? Yes, very good. Okay, you missed a spelling review time, but we are about to start our mastery test. So can you get a piece of paper out for the mastery test? We haven't started it yet, so you're just in time. Good morning. Okay, so Sahanasri, you can just number the page as we go. Okay. Word 1 today is senatorial. The base of this word is senator. The word is senatorial. Okay, once you're done with that, give me a thumbs up. Thankfully, everybody's cameras are working, so I can see it if you put a thumbs up. Good. Word 2 today is respect. One of our honor code words. I will show respect to others at all times. Respect. Okay. Number 3 is respectful. I hope you're always respectful to your parents. Respectful. Thank you, Arshab and Kruti, for always letting me know when you're done with the word. Great. Number 4 today is agree. Agree. Number 5 is agreement. Adding a noun suffix. Agreement. Okay, number 6 is disagree, meaning not agree. Disagree. I'm going to lower the hands and we'll just do thumbs up, and I'd like to only use that button to raise your hand if you've got a question, okay? Yes, Alexander?
Is this a mastery test or a quiz?
It's a mastery test.
Okay.
Okay, thumbs up if you're ready for number 7. Word 7. Okay, word 7 is flammable. Flammable. Word number 8 is unfortunate. Unfortunate. I see Saisanov sounding it out as he writes it. That's really great. Yes, Rishith?
What is 7?
7 was flammable. We're on number 8, which is unfortunate. Like a series of unfortunate events. Okay, I'm going to wait a moment because Simhita was definitely having problems with her connection. We'll see if she'll join back in just a moment. You can take a second to stretch and get your eyes off the computer as we wait. Let's see if she can join back in quickly. So far, you should have senatorial, respect, respectful, agree, agreement, disagree, flammable, and unfortunate. Okay, I'm not sure what the connection issue is over on Simhita's end. Oh, here we go. Hi, Simhita. We paused for you. Can you hear me now? Good. We are about to start number 9. Is that where you are? I don't know when it stopped working for you. Okay, number 7.
At 8.
Number 8 was unfortunate.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, and now number 9, boys and girls. Number 9 is major. Like, what do you want to major in when you go to college? Major. Number 10 comes from that base word, majority. Majority. There was a majority consensus, and so the law was passed. Majority. Number 11, thumbs up if you're ready for it. Okay, number 11 is elaborate. Elaborate. Like, would you elaborate on that answer? Add more detail to that, please. Or there's elaborate decorations all over the room. Elaborate. spelled the same way. Number 12, citizen. Ty, you've got 2 screens. I'm going to remove you from one of them. Can you hear me?
Yeah, that's because the reason I have 2 screens is because a few minutes ago, I X'd out because it said something was wrong with my mic, so I tried to fix that, so I X'd out, and it's working now, but I must have forgot to turn off one of the screens.
That's okay. I can hear you, and it sounds like you can hear me, so we're all good. Number 12, citizen, like a Roman citizen, had certain benefits that were better than other citizens of the empire or other people in the empire. Citizen. A citizen is protected by its country's laws. Thumbs up if you're ready for number 13. Number 13 is necessary. I highly recommend for this one actually saying this out loud as you write. Make sure you've got all of the phonograms. Necessary. I highly recommend saying this out loud. Yes, Emma?
What number are we on?
That's number 13.
What was number 12?
Citizen. But boys and girls, we've got to start raising our hands. And once again, we always go over them at the end. So as we move forward to the rest of them, don't worry if you've got something you're not sure of earlier in the lesson. We'll go over all of them again. Number 14 is necessity. This one as well, I would recommend saying it out loud as you write. Necessity. Number 15 is next. Who's ready for number 15? Number 14 was necessity. Number 15 is achieve. Achieve. Deekshita, please keep your camera on. Number 16 is achieves. 15, achieve. 16, achieves. Okay. Once you're done with number 16, you can take a moment to stand up, get your eyes off the computer. We're at about the halfway point. Or if you want to just sit still and stretch like me, you can do that. But get your eyes off of the computer for a minute. And your paper as well. Kruthi, are you there? Okay, now I see you. Okay, who's ready to keep going? We're over halfway through. Yes, Emma?
What was number 16?
Achieves. Number 17 is acquire. Like she wants to acquire all A's. Or what did you acquire at the grocery store?
What number?
No calling out, please. That was number 17. Number 17, acquire. Please use that hand raise feature if you've got a question, okay, boys and girls? Number 18 is receive. Receive. Okay, number 19, almanac. Almanac. An almanac gives predictions of the weather. Almanac. Yes, Arshab?
Wait, is 19 almanac?
Yes, 19.
Okay.
17 was acquire, 18 receive, 19 almanac. Thumbs up when you're ready for number 20. Good. Number 20 is lieutenant. Lieutenant. He was promoted to a lieutenant general. Lieutenant. Alexander, you look pretty cozy down there. It is helpful with a spelling test, though, to have good posture. Can you try to get into more of a ready position? Thank you. Good. Thumbs up when you're ready for number 21. We should have lieutenant as number 20. Number 21 is ancient, meaning very old. Ancient. Irene's grandmother, I would say, is quite ancient. Or the ancient Roman and Greek empires are very fun to learn about. Yes, Marcus?
I know this is technically spoiling, but
Don't spoil.
you're technically spoiling the story of Princess and the Goblin because you were one step closer to telling us how old she was.
Oh, actually, I'll let you know now. We never find out her exact age. But considering she's a great-great-grandmother, we know it must be very, very old. Aryansh?
I know how old she is. 2,000 years old. That's what it says in the book.
Oh, does it say that at one point? I think I forgot that it ever said her age.
Either it said
It says
something about the lamb.
This is what the grandmother says to Irene. I will do I'll do something when I'm 2,000 years old.
Whoa, I don't remember that part. I don't remember it ever saying a specific age. Well, very interesting.
She isn't
Okay.
2,000, but she's almost 2,000.
Almost 2,000. Well, I'd say that's definitely ancient. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Number 22 is empire. An empire is a bunch of countries under the control of one ruler. Empire. Number 23 goes along with it. Emperor. An emperor is the leader of an empire. An emperor rules over more than one country. Yes, Aryach?
It's snowing right now.
Really? I saw that it was a possibility for just a short time. I bet that's beautiful.
I can barely even see it though.
Okay, guys, if you want to stand up and look out your window for a moment, you can. It may not be snowing at your house, but that's so fun. You can stand up and go to the window if you want for a moment.
It is snowing.
Oh, it's snowing at Emma's house too. Is it snowing at anybody else's house?
Gosh,
It looks like we're gonna.
it's snowing for me. I got snow
Nice.
in the bushes.
It's
snowing.
It's not snowing here, but we're gonna have terrible rainstorms. I mean, you can see the dark clouds.
Yeah, actually, I think the weather forecast shows that it's not going to be raining, but it is cold and windy all day.
Miss Gardner, before when I was
It's gonna
looking
rain
out
so
of my
much.
window,
I see a huge cluster of dark clouds outside.
Maybe it will rain.
Miss
It's nice to know
Gardner,
if it's not snowing in Dallas.
There's no snow in Texas.
Mhm.
yeah, one time.
Okay, boys and girls, we're going to get back to our test to finish up. So, are we waiting for anybody? Ruthie, can you hear me? Arshab, can you hear me? That's fun. We've had a lot of snow this winter, although this snow is probably going to be very, very short. Maybe some of your houses won't even get any. I don't think it's going to do much of anything today, but still very fun. Okay, time for word 24. Word 24 is a piece. Marcus, would you not do that to the camera, please? A piece. Arshab, if you can hear me, we're continuing the quiz or test. Word 25, and we're going to hold off on other questions because we need to finish up our test. Word 25 is approach. Approach. Okay, Arshab, we're on number 25, approach. Number 24 was a piece.
I had to go to the bathroom.
Okay, well, let's continue. We've got to catch up. Number 24, a piece. Number 25, approach. Number 26 is approaches. Approaches. Thumbs up once you're done with those and ready for 27. Dikshit, we're going to hold off on other questions, okay? Number 27 is attorney. Attorney, like a lawyer. Attorney, number 27. Thumbs up once you're done with that and ready for number 28. Thumbs up if you're done with attorney. Number 28 is bouquet, like a bouquet of flowers. Almost done. Last word is calculate. Would you calculate the quotient for the problem? Calculate. Okay, that's all 29 words. Let me go over them from the beginning. And even if you're not missing anything, this is a great time to look over your words and see, does this look correct? 1, senatorial. 2, respect. 3, respectful. 4, agree. 5, agreement. 6, disagree. 7, flammable. 8, unfortunate. 9, major. 10, majority. 11, elaborate. 12, citizen. 13, necessary. 14, necessity. 15, achieve. 16, achieves. 17, acquire. 18, receive. 19, almanac. 20, lieutenant. 21, ancient. 22, empire. 23, emperor. 24, apiece. 25, approach. 26, approaches. 27, attorney. 28, bouquet. And 29, calculate. Okay, if there are any words you are missing, please write it in the chat. Write the number in the chat. Nobody? Wow, that's great. Okay, number 5, Emma, is agreement.
That means I'm missing one.
Okay, do you have number 1, senatorial?
Yes.
2, respect.
Yeah.
3, respectful.
No.
Okay, you can add that to the end.
Okay.
Respectful. Okay, boys and girls, make sure you keep your test page in a good spot so you don't lose it. Tig, is it snowing?
I can only see a little bit of it, but the wind is blowing it so fast. It looks like there's a mini tornado in the yard.
Oh, I bet it's beautiful. Okay, well, if we can, we might end class a little bit early so you guys can enjoy the snow if there is a little bit.
26.
So for the rest of literacy time, I want to go over some review of the cursive you have learned this week. So you can take out whatever you've been using for cursive. That might be your binder or your cursive tablet, if you've got a little workbook like Arianch. And I'll just quickly go over what you have on Bright Thinker for your well-ordered language assignment. Emma, number 26 is approaches. Okay, boys and girls, so here is your object pronoun checkpoint. This is just going to be a quiz today, not a test, but just a quiz. And then for our next unit, it's going to be a pronoun review. So that will be a test over subject and object pronouns. Okay, so you've got some fill in the blank and some multiple choice questions. For example, which of the following words from the sentence is an adjective? You just choose which one is an adjective. Okay, so instead of labeling our sentences, you're telling me the part of speech from the ones that are given. Some of the questions, though, are like, what is the object pronoun to use in place of they? So they is a subject pronoun. You'll type in the blank an object pronoun. Arianch?
I was raising my hand because I know the answer.
Okay, you can share it.
Them.
Correct. So you would write them in the blank because that is the object pronoun you use instead of they. How many helping verbs are in the following sentence? Okay, so you might have to even write it out and analyze it to know which ones the helping verbs are if it helps you. Or maybe you can just read it and see which ones are helping verbs. How do you mark an object pronoun as in a sentence? Is an object pronoun a subject, direct object, adjective, or predicate verb? You'll choose the correct one. Which one is a predicate verb? What is the object pronoun to use in place of I? Just like that one where you're writing the object pronoun of they. And then you'll do the same thing for we. Which of these is a direct object in the sentence? What object pronoun do you use instead of he? And last question, which of the following pronouns does not change when it is used as an object in a sentence? Meaning it's the same as a subject pronoun as it is as an object pronoun. Just one of these does not change. Okay? So 10 questions. I think you guys are going to rock this and do really well. We have not been doing much well-ordered language this week because we've been doing cursive, but from the things we did last week, you guys are doing so well with object pronouns, so I think that you don't need much help with this. Okay, so you've got that literacy assignment, and you have a roots quiz, which we'll do a little review of after cursive today. But let's take out our cursive at this time. We're going to do a little review of each of the letters we've done so far and make some words as we combine them together. Okay? So whatever you're doing or whatever you're using for cursive, please take it out now. I know for most of you, that's just your binder. But for some of you, it's some lined paper, dotted line paper. So take out whatever you're using for your cursive now. Arshab, did you have a question?
No, I accidentally pressed it.
Okay. Okay, so whatever you've been using for your, take it out now, please. Saisanov, did you watch the video from yesterday? Not yet?
Nope.
Okay, so you'll do that sometime today?
Yeah.
So you missed the letters D and G and Q. Okay, so D, G, and Q are right here. Those are the letters you missed. Oh, good job, Alina. Yeah, so I know some of you probably already created some words in cursive. Let's go through some of the ways that we can connect letters. Specifically, how to connect O to other letters is the tricky one. Okay, so I want to go over that with you. But let's begin with writing each of the cursive letters we've done so far. We had A. Let me redo that so I don't go below the bottom baseline. There's A. Here's O. The difference between these is just that we don't go down to the bottom baseline. We stay up at the top, up at that middle dotted line. So we had A, we had O, we have C, all of these start in the same way. We have D going above the middle dotted line. That's the only one we've done so far that goes above it. We have G, drop that tail below. Let me try that a little bit slower and neater. Going up to the middle dotted line and not dropping that tail below the dotted line below it. And Q. Q has a tail that curves to the right instead. Remember that? That's the difference between the G and the Q. The G curves to the left, the Q curves to the right. Yes, Deekshita?
Can you move it to the right a little bit?
I'm going to zoom in a little bit more.
I can't see
Sorry,
the
my
Q.
screen's not loading very well, so I can't see.
I can't see the Q. That's the thing.
Is that better?
Yeah.
Okay. So I know you guys are already thinking of some words that you can create with these. Now, most of these will connect really easily, like A, D, D. Notice they all come back down to the bottom baseline as you connect them, or DAD, dad. O is going to be the only one that's an exception to that. You could write some nonsense words as well, like DAC, or GAD. Now, for the letter O, that is the one that's a little unusual. It's easy enough to add it on at the end. Ghetto, there's another nonsense word. But if there is a letter that comes after the O, this is what it looks like. Let's write the word dog. Here's our O, and the way we connect it over to a G is like this. Keep it up at the top as we connect to that G. Or cod, a type of fish. Keep that O up at that middle dotted line before it connects to the D. Or a nonsense word, doc. Well, you could think of it as the abbreviation for doctor too. Or you could write God. Okay, so those are the ones that are a little bit trickier when we've got an O that connects to another letter. So I'd love for you to practice those a few times. How O connects to another letter after it. Oh, well done, Alina. So practice writing some of these and also other words. Marcus, it doesn't look like you're writing anything. Great job, Deekshita. Yeah, well done with connecting the O to other letters. That's exactly right. Emma, I'm pinning your screen. Hold it up a little longer. Nice. Yep, that looks great. The D is confusing, Josiah. Okay, thanks for letting me know. Let me walk through that again. Can you see it well? My screen? Okay, so we start with that connecting stroke that we've been doing. Then we trace it back, Josiah, and come up to 2 on the clock again. And then we keep going up to the top line and curve a little to the left to make our loop before going down. Okay, let me do that one more time for you, Josiah. So connecting stroke, trace it back, complete the circle, and then keep going up and curve to the left a little bit before you go down. Oops, wasn't paying attention to that. Oh, your sister had a hard time with it, and you are a natural with it, Alina. It's almost like you've always known cursive. Oh, Harika, what beautiful handwriting. You are doing a great job with this. I'm so impressed with everybody's. Nice job, Kruthi, and good job practicing the Q, even though, you know, we never use Q without you, so it's going to be nonsense words, but you can go ahead and write nonsense words. It's just some good practice of forming them and connecting them.
It stopped snowing on our side.
Oh, okay. Aryansh, can you hold it a little closer? Oh, now I can see it. Well done. So there's a few other other letters that also end up at the middle dotted line, but you're doing really well with connecting that to other letters. I'm very impressed so far. Okay. Nice job, Arshab. And Samhita, that's great. For just practice in general, you are welcome to use your whiteboard if you've got a whiteboard with dotted lines. So in actual cursive time in class, I want you to write on dotted line paper. But if we're just practicing, then you can definitely use whiteboards, especially if you have one of those with dotted lines. Oh, Alina, that's very sweet. Okay, so you guys are doing so well with this. I know everybody in this class seems like they're a natural with cursive. One more time before we go, can you hold up your cursive? I want to see everybody's best cursive as you've been connecting your letters. Oh, Rishit, that is so impressive. It looks great. We can almost write Google, can't we? At first, when I saw yours, I thought you were writing Google. Okay, can you hold it over a little bit more, Tig? Okay, Tig, it looks like your Q, you're a little confused by it. Can I show you the Q again?
Yeah.
Okay, so we start our Q with this connecting stroke. Then we're going to trace it back and make a full circle. How about you watch it the first time, Tig? Again, here's a connecting stroke. We go back to 10 on the clock, complete our clock going over to 2, and then draw a straight line down and curve to the right and loop over to the bottom baseline before we come back out. Does that make sense? Oh, good. Much better. Can you hold it up again? Okay. The only difference, so watch this. We're going to go straight down and then curve to the right and loop up to that bottom baseline and then come out. Marcus and Sahanastri, I don't know if I've seen your cursive. Can you hold it up? Yes, Tig, that's much better.
My dad also gave me a piece of banana bread for having better cursive writing than him.
Oh, that's a fun treat. I remember you saying yesterday your mom was making some. That sounds great. Marcus, once you're done with writing some words, please hold it up so I can see your paper. Sahanasri, those are beautiful. Well done on your cursive. Okay, and who else have I not seen? Josiah, can you show me yours? Josiah, if you can hear me, I am not able to see you. I think something's covering up your camera or you're pointing your laptop down. Now I can see you. Can you hold up your cursive page? Oh, Tig, that looks so yummy. Does your mom put chocolate chips in them too? That's the way I like to make it too.
A lot of them.
Oh, no. Okay, Josiah, let me see what you have so far, though. Can you hold it a little closer? I can't see it very well. Can you hold it closer? Oh, nice. Okay, I see some individual letters, but I don't see any combined yet. Can you practice a few of these, even if it's a nonsense word, practicing combining all of the letters? Oh, Arianch, that is beautiful. Okay, it is about time for us to start math now.
I wrote Google.
Nice. Marcus, can you hold yours up so I can see it?
Miss Gardner,
We're going to hold off on writing letters that we don't know yet, though. So don't write ones that we haven't actually learned. Oh, good job, Marcus. I'm glad to see you have good dotted line paper. That's very helpful.
Miss Gardner?
Namhita, you're speaking out of turn. If any of you would like to do extra practice, if you want to watch Mrs. Campbell's videos that are on YouTube, and maybe I'll make some versions of that. She's doing it not in the live time, but it's good to have some extra practice, especially if you're having a hard time with any of these, so you can see it a little bit slower. And I'm afraid my video is not working, so I'm going to leave and come right back. Can you see and hear me, boys and girls? Okay, nice. That is all for cursive. We are going to get our things out for math at this time. And for math today, you just need your math notebook. We're going to be doing a little review in that math notebook. And then we're going to have a Kahoot game that is all math today. So instead of it being a little science, little history, little bit of everything, it's going to be a whole math review game to review some of our multiplication and division flashcard facts, but also some long division. Oh, that is very kind of you to say, Alexander. She's been keeping you going, meaning she's made you want to work harder on cursive. Is that what you mean?
I might not be able to do a Kahoot game because it consumes too much internet.
Okay, Marcus, you're always able to, if you want to like leave the meeting and join just the game and then come back to the meeting once you're done, you could do that. Okay, for math today though, let's start with just our notebook to do some practice. How are you guys feeling about long division at this point? Thumbs up if you're feeling good and confident with it. Sideways if it's still a little tricky. And thumbs down if you are still feeling pretty lost with long division. And I see everybody's response either up, down, or sideways. Rishith and Sahanasri, how are you feeling? Good. Okay, so your pages or the problems that you did yesterday, let's just go over the answers to those. Can you take out the page that you did for homework yesterday? It was just in notebook paper. I just listed out 8 problems on Bright Thinker. Oh, that's great, Rishith. Yeah, one of the nice things about a unit like this is that you can constantly do extra practice with just your parents telling you any random number to divide by. You're a downer, Marcus. Oh. Marcus, can you unmute yourself for a second? Have you been using your notebook with examples to help you?
Well, I've actually lost my math notebook, so I'm using a different notebook now.
Okay, do you have the notes from this week with all the examples of long division problems?
Yes.
Okay, I highly recommend keeping that out whenever you're doing a problem on your own so that you can look at each step and compare with where you're at on the problem versus the example one. This is the hardest thing we've done, I'd say, in math so far because there's a lot of steps to it. And so I know it's hard to remember what those steps are, even though we do those things like dividing, multiplying, subtracting, bring it down. So those help a little bit, but it can be difficult to remember what numbers to divide, multiply, and everything. So just keep those examples out, Marcus. It's okay if it's still a little confusing. This is one of those things that you just need to keep practicing looking at the examples that are finished. And remember that there's also some videos and websites that I put in Bright Thinker with examples too. How many of you have looked at those? Has it helped any of you? Okay, so could everyone hold up the page they did for homework? We're going to quickly go over the answers just so you can see, did I get it right? And then we'll do some more problems in our notebook for today. Okay, the first problem was 16 divided by 6. Thank you, Arianch and Saisanov, for showing me yours. I'm still waiting for some other people to hold up their work. Can everybody hold up their homework?
I did not do the homework. I did not do the homework.
Oh, what were you holding up then?
I was not holding up anything.
Okay. It's okay, Saisanov, since I know you haven't watched the video yet. Thank you, Tig and Josiah, Dikshita, Aryansh. I'm still waiting for a few other people, but let's go ahead and go over the answers. 16 divided by 6. Who'd like to share what they got as an answer? Aryansh?
The answer is 2 with a remainder of 4 out of 6.
Perfect. Check that yours is the same as Aryansh. 2 with a remainder of 4 out of 6. Tig, it takes you about 10 minutes to solve one problem. Thanks for letting me know on that.
But there were like so many numbers. I don't know like what to divide, what to multiply, and like where I bring it down and what other number I need to subtract to get the remainder.
Yeah, I know it is confusing when you've got it set up in a way that's different than anything we've ever seen. Once again, I think what will probably be most helpful is to always have your steps and an example of it done correctly as you're doing new ones. Do you ever do that where you've got your notebook open with the steps and an example?
Well, yeah, that.
Okay,
But
and it's going
half
to
the
get faster
problems
and
I can-
faster the more you can do it without looking at the example.
Yeah. Yeah, and half of the problems I can just do them mentally.
So it's hard because you don't want to do all the steps when you can do it mentally. I get it. Yeah, because yesterday's there were definitely a lot of mental math problems. But our main focus right now is to learn the steps for long division, which helps you when you get into the hundreds and thousands. So it is excellent to be able to do a lot of things mentally, but I do also want you to practice the steps. And so that's why I said on the homework from yesterday to write out those steps, even if it's a problem like 4 divided by 2. You can still do that as a long division problem doing the steps. And just get into the practice of doing those steps correctly. Okay, let's quickly go over the rest of the answers. 69 divided by 3. Who can share what they got as an answer for that one? Samhita?
23 with no remainder.
Excellent. 23 and no remainder. Dikshita, what about number 3?
6 and no remainder.
Excellent. Just 6 with a remainder of 0. No remainder. What about 86 divided by 8? Arshab?
10 with 6 remainder.
Good. A remainder of 6 out of 8. Number 5, 73 divided by 8. I hope everybody's got their page in front of them. 73 divided by 8, other than Saisanov, because he wasn't in class yesterday. I'm seeing Aryansh and Arshab raise their hands. I should see everybody raising their hands. I hope you all have your homework in front of you. Harika, what did you get? Number 5 is the one we're on. 73 divided by 8. Harika, what was your answer?
My
Okay.
answer was 9 with 1 remainder.
Perfect. That is correct, Harika. 9 with a remainder of 1 out of 8 is the way we would write that. Because 8 times 9 is 72. So 73 is just 1 more. Number 6, that's number 5. Number 6, 62 divided by 4. Who would like to share what they got as an answer to that one? What's the quotient? Dikshita?
I got 15 and the 2 is the remainder.
Okay, 15 with a remainder of 2 out of 4. Nice. Number 7 and 8 are the last ones. Number 7 was 87 divided by 4. If any of you did not write these down before, you should be doing it right now. And today, you'll have to upload your page. So once you're done with some problems like this, you'll actually upload the page as well. Aryansh, thank you so much for doing so well with these and offering to provide answers. I really would love to hear from other people, though. Josiah, can you share what you got as an answer to 87 divided by 4? It looks like some people did not maybe do the homework.
I got it. I did.
Okay, you don't know if it's wrong yet. Can you tell me what you did?
I did 79.
Okay, yep, that is wrong, but let's go through how to solve it correctly. Okay, Josiah, thank you for honestly telling me what you do, because that's the only way we can improve. Now, how many times does 4 go into 8, Josiah?
2. I mean 4.
Good, 2.
2, 2, 2.
And then we multiply, that's the next step. Subtract and bring this down. How many times does 4 go into 7, Josiah?
4 goes into 7 3 times.
No, okay, think of it this way. How many 4s are in 7? 4 and 8. If we're going through the multiples, 8's too big. So how many 4s are in 7? Or how many groups of 4? It's not 2 groups of 4 because that's too big.
One.
Good, just one group of 4. Or look at it this way. We've got 7 cubes. We need to know how many groups of 4 are in this number. Well, here's one group of 4. This is not enough for another group of 4, though. So we call that a remainder of 3. And we show that by subtracting these 4 to see how much is left. 7 minus 4 is 3. And we write that as 3/4 because we put the remainder over the divisor. Basically, this is telling us there are 3 remaining out of the 4 we need. Okay, if any of you did not get that as an answer, this is a good time to correct it. All right, let's move on to number 8, the last one for today. The last one from yesterday's homework is 33 divided by 2. What do we already know about odd numbers divided by 2? What do we already know about that? Alina?
You'll get a remainder.
Good. There will definitely be a remainder, and we already know actually what the remainder will be. What is it, Alina?
One.
Good. There's going to be a remainder of 1/2, 1/2.
It's 1.
Okay, Alina, I know you said you don't know where your homework is, but can you tell me what the answer to this is? And you can go through the steps if you need to.
Oh, 16.
Oh, perfect.
And I found it right here. It was in my notebook.
So we know there's one group of 2
May I should leave the column? Wait, never mind.
and 3. We multiply 1 times 2 to equal 2. Subtract it. How many groups of 2 are in 13? 6. 6 times 2 is 12. That tells us we have a remainder of 1 still. And whenever we're dividing by 2,
1/2.
when we're dividing an odd number by 2, you know it will have a remainder of 1/2. So that's just a good way of checking your answer at the end. We can tell we probably have the right answer. Right? Dikshita?
Miss Garner, I did it in a different way, actually.
Okay. How did you do it?
The 8th problem. So I put 15 as my quotient and 3 is my remainder.
Okay. good to talk about this. Thank you so much for saying that, Dikshita. Okay, boys and girls, if you ever have a moment like that where Dikshita's going through the steps and says, how many groups of 2 are in 3? 1. How many groups of 2 are in 13? What if she says 5 and then she multiplies 5 times 2? It equals 10. And she subtracts and gets a remainder of 3. Well, look at this. We can't have a remainder bigger than this divisor because this is basically what that is saying. There is 3 left over out of a possible 2 groups that we need. And as a fraction, 3 over 2 doesn't actually make any sense. If the fraction has a numerator that's bigger than the denominator, that means actually this is more than 1. This is worth more than 1. Okay, so very good point with this, Dikshita. Anytime you have a remainder that's bigger than the divisor, that is a hint that this number is actually too small that you just wrote. Does that make sense, Dikshita? Good. Okay, let me show an example also, and I know we're running close to out of time, and I want to do the review game. What if it was the opposite problem? If we had 33 divided by 2, and we wrote a number too big. What if we said there are 2 groups of 2 in 3? Then when it's time to multiply, we say 2 times 2 is 4. And when we try to subtract 3 minus 4, you should think, I can't do that, so that's the wrong number. Okay, so that's actually one of the really good things about long division is that it can stop you from writing an incorrect answer. Because it can help you see, oh, that number's too big or that number's too small. Does that make sense, boys and girls? Because once you get to that multiply step, it kind of is a way to check your work. So if there's a situation like this, where you are subtracting more than you can, then that number is too big. You need to go down to the one before it. Or like this one, if you have a remainder bigger than this number, which is the divisor, that means this is too small of a number. Okay, I think we've got time for one more problem I'm going to have you do independently, and then let's go over it together. And then for homework today, you'll have 5 problems to write down and upload a picture of it. And I highly recommend having an example from your notebook out so that you can see what all of those steps are, especially since some of them we've written out what every step is, right? Actually, I don't have any of those pages right now, but earlier this week, we wrote out step 1, step 2, and so on. All right, let's do this problem down here. 73 divided by 4. Okay, 73 divided by 4. I want everyone to write it on their notebook and go through the steps. Arshab, if you can hear me, I need you to stay at your seat the whole time, bud. Go through those steps and use your notebook where you have an example problem to help you out if you get stuck. And if you are done with the problem, please click the button Raise Hand.
What was the problem again?
It's the one right here on my paper, 73 divided by 4. If you get confused, don't give up. Use examples to help you. And remember our steps to divide, multiply, subtract, bring down.
Can you go a little up?
Yes.
Do we raise our hand when we're done?
Yes, please. Okay, it looks like we are waiting on maybe Marcus, Arshav, Alexander, Rishith, and Tig, and Dikshita. Once all of you are done, please click the button that says Raise Hand. Okay, thank you for letting me know. Okay, Tig, I know you were saying before that you were confused by which numbers to divide and everything. I would love for you to talk through the steps and I'll help you if you get stuck. And everybody else follow along, and this is your chance to make some corrections. If you're feeling at all discouraged, it's okay. We'll keep doing this for a whole week next week. And I would highly encourage you to look at all of the example problems that we've been doing to help you out.
Okay, so
Okay,
my
Ty.
mom helped me a bit, but basically 4 can fit into 7 once. So you put a 1 in for the tens. Now 1 times 4 equals 4, and draw the line. 7 minus 4 equals 3. Then you bring down the 3. That's as far as I can go without getting lost.
Okay, thanks for your honesty with that, Tig. Okay, now we are about to repeat our steps. We did all of these steps, and it's time to repeat them. And this is the number we're dividing now. We're still dividing by this digit 4. So 33 divided by 4, or Tig, as you can think of it in a different way, how many groups of 4 are in 33? Can you think of 4 times what number is close to 33 without going over?
Okay, it's 32.
Good.
But that would be 8. But that would be 8.
Good. 4 times 8 is 32. We're going to write it here.
Where? Oh, so 33 minus 32.
Whenever we multiply, we always write the answer below the number we divided. And this is so we see how much is left to divide. Or in this case, since we don't have anything left to bring down, it's the remainder.
The answer is 1.
Good. And can you tell me how we write that as a fraction?
Yeah, I can do it in the chat.
Oh, can you just explain it, Ty?
Oh, yeah. So you
As a
have
fraction, what's on top, the numerator, and what's on bottom, the denominator?
here.
Okay, so it is going to be a remainder of 1 that goes on top, but the number on bottom is always this one on the side. So what is the denominator of our fraction?
The denominator is 2.
It's 4 because we're dividing by 4. Okay, so it's
Whoops.
always this number on the side. Because basically what that is saying is that there is 1 left over. When we divided, there's 1 left over out of 4 possible groups. We're trying to divide into 4 groups, and we only have 1 of what we need. We're dividing by 4 in this problem, and there's only 1 of the 4 that we need. Okay?
Am I muted?
Yes, you are. Now,
Oh.
boys and girls, if this is still confusing to you, once again, you've got example problems in your notebook. If these are not clicking with you very well, I also have posted some helpful websites and 2 videos with steps that go along with what we're doing, but just say it in a little different way. Make sure that you are doing it as much as possible on your own at this point, though. Don't ask your parents for too much help. I'd say the best thing to do is ask for help after you're done with the problem so they can check to see if you've got the right answer. And then they can help you to see where maybe you went wrong if it's not the right answer. But on your own, go through those steps using examples to help you. Okay? The websites and some of those pages in our notes from this week, they are color-coded, so you see exactly which 2 numbers you're dividing or exactly which numbers you're multiplying and then where to write that, okay? So those ones that are color-coded, I think, can be a big help. Those pages from the website, you could even ask your parents, could I print those off so that I've got them right in front of me as I'm doing my work, okay? Great job, Alexander. I'm glad that, and you are doing so well with long division, so it sounds like that helped a lot. So yeah, I know it's difficult, but don't ask for too much help from your parents. The best thing that they could do is check your work at the end and then help you with where you maybe went wrong, but try to do it on your own, all completely on your own first. Got it? And whatever you need to help you, if you've got those steps in your notebook, Arianch, you recommend the Math Antics video. I thought that was excellent as well. Yeah, so those videos and websites are going to reinforce what we do in class. It's the exact same steps, but it's helpful to have it said in maybe a little different way or just saying it again. Okay, Alexander?
I have a little bit of trouble with fours and the belows because it takes a long time to get to the big number. Because in my head, I'm like trying to count, like 4, 12, 16.
Yep, it does take some time. I would say for that, I recommend continuing to practice with those flashcards because then you won't have to skip count and you can just know, for example, that 4 times 8 is 32. If you know that, then you can see that number 33 and know, oh, well, 4 times 8 is right before it.
Okay.
So keep practicing your flashcards. I highly recommend doing that every day still because that's going to make the steps of long division a lot faster.
Okay.
You know what, Alina? I wanted to spend extra time on this division today. And so I'm going to surprise you someday next week with that multiplication and division game. Probably Tuesday or Wednesday, something like that. We'll do it then instead. Okay, sorry about that. I do want to have our our reading group today. So I want to end at a good time so we can get to that. Okay, boys and girls, you've got 5 division problems to do. Persevere through it. This is your last day before a long weekend. Thank you all so much for working hard today. You've got a few other quizzes on Bright Thinker. So other than my reading group, everybody else can get right to work on some of those assignments, okay? Thank you all for your hard work. You guys are doing great.
Bye, Miss Gardner.
So Emma, we'll do the review game sometime next week since we are short on time. Bye, Alina.
See you.
Bye.
Bye, Miss
See you
Gardner.
Tuesday.
Bye, everybody.
See you on
Arika
Tuesday.
and Sahanasri and Emma, stay so we can do reading groups.
Miss Garner,
Uh-huh.
are we doing the game today?
No, we'll do it sometime next week instead. We are out of time, so it'll have to be sometime next week instead.
Okay, bye, Miss Garner.
Bye, Dikshita. Bye, Alina. Okay, girls, we are going to spend a little time going through another Aesop's Fable on Epic.
But Miss Garner.
Yes, Emma?
Yay! I chose my book from Epic to read for the
Oh, nice.
report. Book report.
Which one did you choose?
The Secret Garden.
Oh, nice choice. I love that book.
Miss Gardner,
Yes, Sahanasri?
why is everybody saying see you on Tuesday?
Because there is no school on Monday. You joined a little late, so you didn't hear that, but there is no school on Monday. It's a holiday of Martin Luther King Jr. Day.
Yeah.
Yeah, so no school on Monday. We've got a nice long weekend.
Woohoo! I've been waiting for this all my life. The Fox and the Grapes.
Okay, I think we read this one on Monday. But Emma, you were gone that day, I believe. And so Harika and Sahanasri and I were the only ones to read it. I think that's what happened, right, girls?
Yep. I was gone that day.
Okay, let's read this little story called The Goose That Laid the Golden Eggs. And I think we'll have time for also The Lion and the Mouse, which is one that we read from Well-Ordered Language. Okay, Emma, would you begin for us?
Yes. You want me to start at the top?
Yes.
Once there was a poor farmer who had only one small goose who laid one egg each day for the farmer's breakfast. One day, the farmer slept
slipped.
Oh, slipped. Sorry. His hand not
We're right here.
under
Mhm.
the goose's
Mhm.
warm feathers and pulled
Good.
out the egg as a use.
That's a kind of tricky one. It's usual. It's a j sound.
Usual
Good.
that day the egg was very heavy and a golden color.
What just happened, Emma?
That one of the eggs were like heavy and gold.
Yeah, it was just a normal goose that was laying eggs, and one happens to be gold. Saha Nasri, would you read next?
I think I read this story before.
Wait, is it
Sound
the
familiar?
Goose and the Golden Egg?
Yes.
Oh, I love this story.
I think I heard of it, but I never read it. All right, where do I start from?
Someone.
What? Oh, yeah, someone. Wait. Okay. Someone thinks it is funny to trade my breakfast egg for a gold-painted rock. The farmer complained